everyone, thank you for tuning in. My name is Georgia Panico. I am one of the agents at U Management and I represent actors and actor musicians. Yay! So following on from what Terence was talking about yesterday, I am going to share some tips and tricks to do with self-tapes. Now I've narrowed it down a bit to what I feel is super important for your self-tapes, and I'm going to go for camera angles. So, camera angles are potentially the most important part of your self-tape, other than getting the words or the song correct. Now, if you have any questions, sorry, I always forget this part. If you have any questions, just write them down or send us a message and I will get to those over the week, or next week we might do a group thing. So, camera angles, so important for your self-tapes. As we know, self-tapes are constant. They're all the time, particularly for actors. My actors will know it's a self-tape a week. Now that we've gone into a bit of a funny time globally, the chances are we're going to be picking up with more self-tapes for musical theatre as well. So please do take on any advice that I give. I have tried and tested so many different things. So the first thing that I'm going to start with, which is potentially the most important thing, is making sure that you film in landscape. Repeat with me. What are we filming? Landscape! Yay! Okay, you have to film in landscape. Please trust me on this one. The reason behind this, if you film in portrait, so I'm filming in portrait right now, if I was to save this and send this off to a casting director, when they open this, on their screen, it's going to look really skinny. It's going to look like this. It's going to be elongated. It's probably going to lose its quality. It's going to be stretched. It's going to not look nice. You're going to look super skinny and it's going to show a weird space. You're going to have some black spaces either side of you, just negative. We don't need that. What we want from a self-tape, filming in landscape, is it's going to cover the whole of a computer screen. Obviously, computer screens, laptops, iPads, they're all, in theory, landscape. So what you want to do is mirror that. So to make sure that you're taking up the whole space and you're not some tiny, skinny, little, weird visual here. If you film in portrait, it's not going to look like you. It's not going to look an exact representation of what you look like. And self-tapes are a golden opportunity to show what you look like and your face and your ability. So let's not jeopardize it from the beginning, because it's tough enough. We already know that. So the second thing that I want to say is super important is when you're filming landscape is making sure that your eyes match up with the camera lens. So the camera lens and your eyes are level, and that's how you're going to create the perfect space above and not too much space below, or you're not going to just be a floating head. Perfect. So eyes match with camera lens. The best way to do this is to have a good tripod. So tripods, you can get them from Amazon, eBay. I would say a good one ranges from £20 to £35. My tripod that I have is an extendable tripod and it can reach up to 182 centimetres. It's perfect, being an extendable one. So for self-tapes where you want to sit down or where you want to stand up, you're covered for both of those. Obviously, everyone's a complete different range of height. So 182 centimetres should cover pretty much everyone height-wise. I am 5'2.5". Half is very important. So anyone who is a similar height to me, you can afford to go for a slightly shorter tripod. Obviously, the longer the extension of the tripod, the more expensive it's going to be. So if you are shorter, you can afford to go for a smaller one. However, I would really recommend you stay away from the really super cheap ones on Amazon and eBay. Those ones are probably like £10, £12. If it says that it's 50 centimetres or below, stay away from it, because it's going to be super small. You're going to have to put that on a table or on some books, and then you're kind of defeating the objective of having a tripod. So you may as well save a little bit more, spend that little bit more money on a tripod, and go for something taller. Smaller, no good. So the other thing is with the angle, so reasoning why we want this to be eye level and what goes sort of hand in hand with not resting your phone on books or a work surface or whatever, and why a tripod is so important. So I've got my phone case, I know it's clear and I hope you can see it. So when you're going to prop this up against something, the chances are you're going to get an A. What is an A, you ask? So an A. So if we're resting this on here, this is flat and straight on. So what you want from a self-tape is to be flat and straight on. As you can clearly see now, so obviously this is being filmed in portrait because it's Instagram Live, but if we were landscape, we would probably have a little bit less gap above my head, which is absolutely fine and perfect. And that gives you then room to play around, sorry. So you can move forward, you can move back, you've got plenty of space. If you're propping your phone up on something, you're gonna get the A. So you're gonna go from flat straight on to indirectly it's gonna slip, and you're gonna be at a slight angle. This means you are gonna be doing your tape like this. So when I open up your tape, all I see is a double chin and up your nose, which is kind of not what I want to see. I want to see your eyes. So that's why a tripod is super important, to make sure it's steady, it's there, and we can see your face. So if flat on, front and flat on, not tilted either way. And we're not too low, so you can see here, or I'm not tall, so that's not going to work, obviously. For singers, realistically, what a self-tape is for is to hear your voice. Another problem with propping up a phone, so not only are you going to get a dodgy camera angle, you potentially can get some reverb, so things around you are going to vibrate. If you're singing, if you're playing music on something else, it's not going to be helpful. Chances are it's going to be a bit closed in, you're going to get a bit of a muffled sound. So on a tripod where it's standing free, the microphone's going to be clear for you to sing into. Equally for actors, when we are doing self-tapes, your eyes, in my opinion, are the window to acting, the window to the soul. So flat and straight on with clear eye view, and that is why a tripod is going to be your best friend. If you have any questions on tripods or anything to do with camera angles, send us a message. And I think we were maybe talking about doing sort of go through our messages if there's any questions on any of the tapes that any of us are going to do, and maybe we'll answer them, or I will get back to you at some point somehow. Tomorrow, 4:00, tune in for the fabulous Kiri. I believe she's going to be talking about dancers' show reels, which obviously is brilliant for absolutely everyone. I wish everyone love, health, safety, happiness for you and all of your family. I got distracted. Seb. Sorry. I wish everyone love, happiness, safety in this really strange time. It's not great, but with the hashtag, we are here for you, with you. We are you. So it's gonna be fine. We'll pull through together, and now is the perfect time to perfect our self-tapes. So, camera angles, super important. Watch this back. What do we want? Landscape. What do we want? Flat and straight on. Woo! Can't go wrong. We will see you tomorrow with Kiri. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye!